right, welcome back. Now we're going to join Mike and Harry as they tell us what's hot in the entertainment scene.
Okay, now for all things pop culture, Harry Itie is your man. Now this morning on Wake Up Nigeria, he has the hottest gists in the entertainment industry, both home and abroad. Hello, Harry.
Hi.
Now somebody say about this dude.
Doing?
Harry is to entertainment what white is to rice. So you're the man, you're the man. It's great to have you on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
So, what do we have? I mean, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to
Okay.
your stories. What do we have today?
Well, I think the top story this week is the Royal Hibiscus Hotel heading to TIFF. Now, last year, we had 8 Nigerian movies go to TIFF as part of the City to City tour. So we had like The Wedding Party, 93 Days,
But just before
Just
you go
Not
on,
Ma-
some people be like, oh, Steve.
Okay, yes,
So,
yes.
let's
I'm
know
sorry,
what TIFF
I'm
is
sorry.
actually.
TIFF is Toronto International Film Festival.
Ah,
It's one of
okay,
the-
cool.
It's one of the biggest film festivals in the world.
Wow.
Yes, so last year we had 8 Nigerian films go, and so it's like this year we now have a Nigerian film as an official selection.
Officially?
So, yes, so
All
last
right.
year it was just a part of the City to City program
Okay.
that TIFF does every year.
All
But
right.
now it's an official selection for TIFF.
So
Yeah,
what are we to expect from that particular movie?
Royal Hibiscus is a romantic comedy.
Okay.
Romantic drama more like. So it's like
Okay.
a chick flick. A girl is in the UK, played by Zena Balogun. Her parents own a hotel played by Jide Kosoko and Rachel Oniga. And they want to sell the hotel off, basically. So she's come back to save the hotel. It's not a story, it's a story that we've heard before.
Okay,
but
yeah.
it's very different. And Kenneth Okoli plays the buyer. And we have other actors. We have Osi Ukeje, Deyemi Okolawon, Imi Dima Okoji. So it's an ensemble cast. And it was directed by Ishaya Bako. Who did Road to Yesterday by Genevieve Naji.
Naji, yeah, I
So
remember
we're
that.
really looking forward to the movie. There's no official release date as regards when it will premiere in Nigeria.
Okay.
But in TIFF is from September 7th to 17th.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to that one. And it's the first night, so it's an official selection, so it's a
How
big
well do you
deal.
think the movie will do?
From
From what you've seen from the trailer and maybe,
you know
how
what?
well do you think it will
From the trailer, it looks. Trailers tend to not represent the actual movies. I can't really judge yet, but I'm sure that when we get to the premiere and we see what's happening, then we'll know what's going on.
I want to talk to you about something.
What? The bottom line is that I didn't make it.
Anaja,
No, Christopher, you need a lobotomy.
about that hotel of yours, have you thought about what you could do there?
I'm going home.
Sorry.
Sorry. There's a noise back.
Okay, all right. That's a cool one.
Yes.
I like what I see.
Yes, yes.
I do. Okay, so let's move on. What next do you have?
Yes, up next, Ego Boyo is opening up on talking to Nollywood filmmakers basically and saying to not focus on the technicality of your films, focus on your storytelling.
On the storytelling.
Exactly.
A number of us don't know. If you're not above, say, mid-20s, early 30s, you might not know who Ego Boyo is.
Ego Boyo is one of Nigeria's pioneer actresses. That's the new Nollywood. You know, she was on Violated, one of the biggest. It was a different kind of movie at the time when it came out. And she has a new movie coming out with Insect by Etim, directed by Akin Omotosho, based in South Africa. So and the film, the Royal Hotel has also been. It was not one Black Star Film Festival.
And then, of
yes.
course, the
one
series.
that was there.
The series Bankers.
Bankers NG,
NGR.
yes,
All right,
with
she's also
Mildred
there.
Oko, yes. So she's a big deal, and she's opening up on storytelling in Nollywood and saying that don't focus on the technicality of your. We know that we can do cinematography. We know that we can have good cameras and everything, but can we just focus on the storytelling? So let's have good quality stories,
Original stories
that we had back in the day. And she shared a couple of tweets on Twitter. She said the moment she realized that saying it like it is in our industry or make believe is unwelcome by most, let's just keep pretending. And she also goes on to say that mediocre can be our target. Are we standing out venues and standing out real creative content? Lack of originality. And finally, she writes, I miss the days when the content was rich, original, even if technology wasn't great. Now technology is better, even great, and some stories are.
Do you agree with her?
Well, to be fair, I agree with what she's saying.
Wow.
I think that a lot of Nigerian movies focus on, so they tell you that when you go for a premiere, oh, we did the biggest show, we used the drone, we used this. But, you know, the story seems to be lacking. So I think we need to focus on that. I have a personal experience.
There's this big movie. I don't want to mention the movie, but then the guy goes, we use the same cameras that were used to shoot Avengers, Ari Alexa. And then when I see the movie, I'm like, oh, really? So I think we're all on the same page.
Because if the story is not good, then you don't really enjoy the movie. Because it's the story that makes you enjoy the movie, not the camera shots.
Okay, so you have something. Let's move to foreign stories.
Yes, foreign stories. We'll start with Chris Brown.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened.
Dude, I don't know. Did you expect that his career would still be making as much news as he's making now after the Rihanna incident?
Well, the truth is no. But
same as me.
But he blew us away.
Okay.
And because he's creative, he's very consistent with his work. He's good at what he does. But he opened up finally on the incident and he gave us details.
Okay, so that's the story.
Exactly. In 2009, all we knew was that Chris Brown beat Rihanna. That's all we knew. That's the gist we had. But now we have much more information based on his documentary Welcome to My Life that was released August 8th. Okay.
This is, for me, one of his best songs. This is one of the best. I love Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of Chris Brown's classic songs. And before the incident happened with Rihanna, and so he, at the time we heard that he beat Rihanna. We saw the pictures of the face. We didn't really know what happened. And then now he's opening up on what happened. So basically what happened was he was cheating with someone.
Wow.
And Rihanna found out.
Wow.
And he told her he wasn't going to do it anymore. You know, so they had issues as regards the fidelity issues and everything. And so he promised he wasn't going to cheat again, nothing was going to happen. And then they go for the pre-Grammy party. And then the lady shows up. And Rihanna is like, why is she here? And Rihanna is angry and Rihanna is crying based on his report. Rihanna is angry and she's crying and he's trying to calm her down. And then they go to the car and she's hitting him that, how can you do this to me? And all that stuff, and then he hits her. And
I feel for her.
Yes, and he's like, what did I do? Did I just hit her? So that's the story, and he says he can't believe that he did that.
Okay, all right, so we'll just have to rush the last story. Let's very fast, fast as you can.
Okay, the final story is by Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig has said he's going to come back as James Bond. There were rumors that he wasn't coming back as James Bond, but he's coming back this time. Rumors are saying, the rumors on the streets is that he's going to be paid £120 million to reprise his role as James Bond, but he confirmed that he's coming back. But he also said that it's going to be his last outing as James Bond. Also, he's the 7th actor to play James Bond. Following
he is. Who's your favorite James Bond?
Pierce Brosnan.
For me, it has to be Sean Connery for me. Sean Connery for me.
Sean Connery was good, though. It was good.
But then a number of people have said that this is the closest to who the real James Bond is supposed to be, Ian Fleming.
Yes.
When he wrote the character James Bond, this is the closest.
People have given him rave reviews for.
Thank you, Harry.
Bond, yes.
We could go on for to the end of the show. Harry's here, but then we have to cut it now. That's all we have for you on entertainment news this Thursday morning on Wake Up Nigeria. We will go on a short commercial break now, but don't go anywhere. Just chill. The show will continue after.
It's still Wake Up Nigeria. And there's more to come on the show this morning.
Keeping healthy with fruit and water, Maria Ugoji will be showing us just what to do that effectively makes you a little bit healthier right there in your homes.
And don't forget, Kira Hewatch will be sitting down with us on the couch for some gist.
Right now, it's the top of the hour, and IK is standing by for the news update.
Thank you. Now, police in Borno State say 16 persons were killed and 82 others wounded in Tuesday's suicide bomb attack in Kondoga local government area. The Commissioner of Police, Borno Command, Damian Chukwu, says the incident happened in a market. He says 3 suicide attackers, a male and two female attackers detonated their explosives at a busy market. Chukwu said that the injured have now been taken to a specialist hospital that's in Maiduguri, the state capital, for treatment. The command has deployed a bomb disposal team to the area. The EFCC says it will not be deterred in any way by the attack on its office by gunmen at the early hours of Wednesday. Spokesman for the Commission, Wilson Ojare, says that police investigations are underway to fish out those that are behind the attack. Normalcy has returned to the building, housing an extension of the EFCC headquarters in Wuse Zone 7. District of Abuja. The anti-graft agency says that the assailants were out for one of its top investigators in charge of its foreign exchange malpractices fraud section. No one was hurt in the attack, but items including the vehicle, that's what you see on your screen there, was pitted with bullet holes. The agency says it will not renege in its fight against corruption in the country, even if corruption fights back. And a coalition of youths in northern Nigeria says that the federal government must not be swayed in any way into removing Ibrahim Magu as acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. They say removing Magu would be an alternative to corruption and bad governance. The youths want the EFCC boards to remain steadfast and not be distracted by the issue of its confirmation. In other stories, the Senate has appealed to ASU to urgently call off its nationwide strike. You must remember that they started the strike on Monday. The Upper Legislative House expressed surprise over the union's decision to begin an industrial action without giving warning, since it was part of the negotiation that led to the setting up of the Wale Babalakin Committee by the federal government to look into their grievances or demands. Chairman of the Senate Committee on Tertiary Education, Jubrin Barau, disclosed this at a press briefing on the strike at the National Assembly complex. Let's give you more stories now. The next story, we're warned that it contains flash photography. Acting President Yemi Osinbajo has assigned portfolios to two ministers sworn in 3 weeks ago. Stephen Ucheni and Sulaiman Hassan were sworn in May after being confirmed by the Senate. Ucheni will resume as Minister of State in the Ministry of Labour and Productivity, filling the space left by the late James Ochole. Hassan, who was appointed to fill the Gombe State slot, will resume as Minister of State for Power, Works and Housing. Also sworn in were 15 permanent secretaries. And Nigeria's election management body, that's INEC, says that it has installed a stopwatch on its website, and the reason is to begin a countdown to the presidential election coming up in February 2019. The electoral body says that that this will show Nigerians how prepared that they are for the exercise. Among the resident electoral commissioners just sworn in, the INEC chairman, Professor Yakub Mahmoud, says some of them will be deployed for the governorship election in Anambra State. That's coming up November 18th for orientation. Well, very quickly, that's the update now. Back to you, Yomi and Titi.
All right. Thanks so much, Ike. Yeah. We're heading straight to the sports update with Mr. Mikey.
Okay, all right, it's sports. Once again, welcome to the sports update. Super Eagles technical advisor Gernot Rohr has confirmed that former Super Eagles captain and goalkeeper Vincent Eyama will return to the national team as soon as he regains full fitness. Rohr confirmed that he has a near-perfect relationship with the Lille of France goalkeeper, who is currently not in the good books of the new coach of the French Ligue 1 side, Marcelo Bielsa, who axed him from the first team. Rohr is confident Eyama will return to the Super Eagles once he is fully fit and also sorts his club issues. Nigerian international Ogenyi Onazi has been denied a work permit to play for English Championship side Birmingham City. Birmingham had agreed terms with the 24-year-old to sign him from his Turkish club, Trabzonspor. However, the Football Association turned down the first application for a work permit for Onazi last week, and then an appeal was made thereafter, which was rejected on Wednesday, despite Onazi being a regular in the Nigerian national team. Onazi has played 38 times for the Super Eagles and helped them win the 2013 African Cup of Nations and also reach the last 16 of the World Cup in Brazil a year later. Now, despite appearing in over 80% of the national team games, Onazi failed to earn a permit after the FA considered that Nigeria's world ranking in the past 2 years. Blaise Matuidi has become the latest star to join Juventus, with the club confirming his arrival in Turin to put final touches on an £18 million move from PSG. The club confirmed his arrival on their official social media accounts by posting a picture of the Frenchman holding a club scarf and wearing a Juventus cap, along with the caption, "Just landed." Matuidi posed for photographers and fans alike as he made his way through the terminal and will undergo a medical later before finalizing paperwork on a 3-year deal. Now, Everton manager Ronald Koeman has confirmed Gylfi Sigurdsson has completed a medical ahead of his move from Swansea. The Toffees agreed a £45 million deal for the Icelandic international on Tuesday night to end summer-long chase. Spanish giants Barcelona appear close to getting their man, Ousmane Dembele from Bundesliga side Borussia Dortmund, as a replacement for Neymar. Barcelona have agreed a sum of £90 million for the 20-year-old Frenchman following Liverpool's resistance on Philippe Coutinho. But Barca and Dortmund are in negotiation on add-ons, which will amount to about £30 million. Arsene Wenger insists that financial implications are not important when it comes to Alexis Sanchez, who is entering the final year of his Arsenal contract. The Chilean star has 1 year remaining on his existing deal. Wenger says the club is untroubled by that prospect and insists that the potential impact of Sanchez on the field next season will, or actually this season, will outweigh any financial losses if he leaves for free. Now on to athletics. Funke Oshonaike, one of Nigeria's most decorated tennis players, has openly criticized the organizers of the ITTF Challenge Series, the Nigerian Open. Oshonaike, who claims that she and other Nigerian players had to provide accommodation for themselves at the Nigerian Open, expressed a shock that foreign players got better treatment. She said she had to pick up on her bills when she needed treatment at the tournament. Now, quoting her now, quote open, "It's worrisome when Nigeria hosts an ITTF event and our players had to provide accommodation for themselves." Yomi, no, let's leave Titi out of this one. Yeah. I know there definitely has to be something to say. Why do we get to a tournament we are hosting?
I don't think it's fair that we don't prepare enough for our own athletes. It's not fair. That's one. Usually they would say, oh, the budget constraints or money was not released early, and then they release the money after the team has already arrived at the destination. So
and
I
then
don't think it's
here
fair.
in Nigeria, and then we treat our own athletes poorer than we treat the others. That's not just cool. Okay, and then of course Serena Williams aims to defend her Australian Open title next year, with the American saying the rapid return to action would only give her around 3 months to prepare after giving birth to her first child. The 23-time Grand Slam winner announced her pregnancy in April and will be on maternity leave for the rest of the year. The 35-year-old is engaged to Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian. The American added that she could have a few new tricks up her sleeve after analyzing her game on television over the last few months. Williams is one Grand Slam shy of Australian Margaret Court's long-standing record of 24 major titles. Okay, now, Titi, I want to have your take on this. She just announced her pregnancy in April, and then she's already planning 3 months after giving birth to play. Is that what do you think? You think it's
it's possible for someone that's such a good athlete. She'll bounce back soon enough.
You know, Titi will always stand for girl power. So.
Yeah, but you know, it's a lot of work. 3 months is a stretch, and then of course, you know, the baby will still need her time. So she might have a rethink. You never know.
Okay. Now, Floyd Mayweather has openly admitted he has a genuine dislike for Conor McGregor, and has warned the Irishman against trying any backhand UFC moves in the upcoming Las Vegas showdown. The two fighting giants are set to meet on the 26th of August in what is arguably the biggest fight of all time. Now, as the fight approaches, there has been frequent talk of the possibility of any illegal moves used by Conor McGregor, which will breach the regulations of boxing. Now, should this happen, Mayweather says he's more than certain that the doubler would face extreme and immediate action. And that's it on sports this morning. The bomb and the dynamite take it away.
So who would you put your money on? Mayweather or?
Man,
better put your money on the younger guy.
Yes, I'll go
because
for
Mayweather is
yeah.
going to get bitten, man.
Man, dude knows how to evade, man. That guy has made a career of evading.
Evading.
So, you know.
So just tire you out while you're
and then this is not really sport. It's a facade, as some people will call it. It's circus and all of that. But then, it's a fight that's worth over 500 million.
Wow. So at that point, I don't think it's about the knockout. It's about
knock me out. Let me just be part of the fight.
All right. So we go back to the headlines this morning, and TT will be starting with the Vanguard.
Yes.
And
okay, on the cover of the Vanguard, public officials took 400 billion naira bribe in 1 year, says NBS. There's also a headline here regarding an update on the Ozubulu issue that we talked about last week. Bishop seeks help of Anambra gods to reveal killers. You can find that on page 15. Charlie Boy Group suspends protest as Niger Delta youth rally for Buhari. There's also some information here about the federal government. It says here, I must confess the federal government hasn't fulfilled the agreement with ASU, says Adamu. Naira Watch here, Naira appreciates to 359.7 Naira to the dollar as external reserve hits $31.35 billion. That's it from the cover of the Vanguard.
And on the cover of Business Day, we have Nigeria's bogus auto policy pushes car prices up 200%, dims hope of car ownership for the middle class. And then also on the cover of Business Day, foreign investors, WAPIC in race to acquire Ensure Insurance. Analysts say it's thumbs up for the local industry. And then, of course, inside Business Day as well, Nigerians pay 400 billion naira as bribes in 2016. And then also, you will find this on the cover of Business Day, FG seeks new economic frontiers on $41 billion rail modernization investment. And then finally, public debt burden, dollar-backed treasury bills as a breather. You will find all these and more in Business Day this morning.
On the Daily Sun this morning, a headline I didn't ever think I would see. Harvest of deaths. Boko Haram kills 42 Kebbi farmers, says Governor Bagudu. 16 die in motor park attack, 82 injured. On the Ozubulu massacre here, it says Bishop killers target opens up. So basically the bishop were the killers, the killer's target. Anti-Buhari protesters give a 21-day ultimatum to resume protests in the UK and US. We failed ASU, federal government confesses, Senate begs as university lecturers insist on strike. How our office was attacked in Abuja, that's on page 10 from the EFCC, all that on the cover of the Daily Sun.
And then finally, we have Complete Sports. We usually have this not often, but we have it this morning. Cameroon desperate to beat Nigeria. That's on the cover of Complete Sports this morning. And then Coutinho shouting there at the corner, sell me to Barca. And then one more, Ronaldo saying this is persecution for his 5-game ban. You'll find all these in the cover and, of course, the inner pages of Complete Sports this morning. And we will be going straight to the weather. And after that, we'll come back for more on Wake Up Nigeria.